Introduction: A Journey of Hope and Healing. In the world of human experiences, there are stories that transcend the ordinary and touch the depths of our hearts. They remind us of the fragility of life and the indomitable spirit of those who face adversity with unwavering determination. This is the story of John, a man whose life took an unexpected turn when he discovered that his liver was betraying him. John, a middle-aged man with dreams, aspirations, and a lifetime of memories, found himself grappling with a daunting reality: liver problems. These issues had become an unwelcome guest in his life, forcing him to make regular visits to the hospital. It was during these visits that he crossed paths with Dr. Smith, a compassionate and knowledgeable physician who would become the guiding light on John's arduous journey to health and renewal. This story unfolds through 7 chapters, each a chapter in John's life marked by profound moments of revelation, hope, and resilience. Together, they weave a narrative of a man confronting the fragility of his existence and the choices he must make to preserve his health and happiness. It's a journey that millions around the world can relate to, for liver problems are a widespread health issue that knows no boundaries. In the pages ahead, we will explore the signs that signaled John's damaged liver, the need for a life-altering liver transplant, the intricate evaluation process that would determine his fate, and the vital lifestyle changes that would redefine his daily routines. Alongside John, we will discover the emotional complexities of facing life-threatening illness and the unwavering support of friends, family, and healthcare professionals. This journey is not merely about one man's battle with liver problems, it is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, the importance of timely medical intervention, and the power of education and emotional support in the face of adversity. It is a reminder that, even in the darkest moments, there is hope, and with the right guidance, determination, and a caring community, one can embark on a path towards healing and renewal. So, dear reader, join us as we step into the world of John, a man who dared to confront his liver problems head-on and embarked on a journey of hope and healing that will inspire, educate, and remind us all of the remarkable strength that resides within each of us when faced with life's most significant challenges.
Chapter 1: Meet John. In a quiet corner of the bustling city, where life's daily struggles often went unnoticed, there lived a man named John. A man of humble beginnings and simple pleasures, John had spent most of his life working hard to provide for his family and cherish the moments that truly mattered. He was the embodiment of the average person, who, though unremarkable in the eyes of the world, held within him a wealth of untold stories and dreams. John's life had been like any other, filled with laughter, love, and occasional challenges. But as he entered his 50s, he noticed a change within himself. Something wasn't quite right. He began experiencing unusual symptoms that gradually wore away his sense of well-being and left him perplexed. One morning, John awoke to find his skin and the whites of his eyes tinged a peculiar shade of yellow. Alarmed and uncertain, he shared his concerns with his wife, Mary, who had been his steadfast companion throughout their life's journey. Together, they decided that it was time to seek medical advice. And so, John's regular visits to the hospital began, each one marked by a mixture of hope and trepidation. The hospital corridors, once unfamiliar, soon became a second home, and the faces of the hospital staff, from the receptionists to the nurses, became familiar and comforting. During one of these visits, John was introduced to Dr. Smith, a compassionate and knowledgeable physician with a demeanor that instantly put him at ease. Dr. Smith had a wealth of experience in dealing with patients facing liver problems, and he approached John's case with a mix of professionalism and genuine care that was truly remarkable. As John settled into the clinic's examination room, Dr. Smith began to explain the significance of the liver in the human body. He spoke about its role as a vital organ responsible for processing toxins, producing essential proteins, and aiding in digestion. It was a revelation to John, who had never fully understood the complexity of this seemingly ordinary organ. With gentle words, Dr. Smith guided John through a discussion about the signs of a damaged liver. He described the yellowing of the skin and eyes, a condition known as jaundice, which John had noticed in his own reflection. Dr. Smith talked about the persistent fatigue that had drained John's energy, the abdominal discomfort that had become a constant companion, and the unsettling nausea and vomiting episodes that had disrupted his life. Listening intently, John realized that he was not alone in this struggle. Many of the symptoms Dr. Smith described mirrored his own experiences, and a sense of unease settled within him. It was a sobering moment, one that forced him to confront the reality of his situation. In this first chapter, John's journey into the world of liver problems had just begun. He had met a compassionate doctor who would become his beacon of hope, and he had started to unravel the enigma of his ailment. Little did he know that this initial encounter would lead him on a path of self-discovery, resilience, and the pursuit of health and happiness against all odds.
Chapter 2: Signs of a Damaged Liver. Dr. Smith continued to enlighten John about the significance of the liver, that often underestimated organ nestled beneath the rib cage. With a tone of genuine concern and expertise, he explained, "John, your liver is like the body's silent hero. It performs hundreds of vital functions to keep you healthy. Without it, we couldn't survive." John leaned forward, hanging on to every word from Dr. Smith. He had never truly grasped the importance of his liver until now. "Your liver," Dr. Smith continued, "helps metabolize nutrients from the food you eat. It filters out harmful substances from your blood, produces important proteins, and stores energy for when your body needs it. It's a multitasking marvel." As John absorbed this newfound understanding, Dr. Smith seamlessly transitioned into discussing the signs of a damaged liver, those ominous indicators that had been slowly encroaching on John's life. "First, let's talk about jaundice," Dr. Smith said, gesturing to a medical illustration on the wall showing a person with yellowed skin and eyes. This is often the most noticeable sign. When your liver isn't processing bilirubin, the substance responsible for breaking down old red blood cells, properly, it can lead to jaundice. This is why your skin and the whites of your eyes turn yellow. John felt a pang of recognition. He remembered looking at his reflection in the mirror, unable to dismiss the yellowish tint that had gradually overtaken his once healthy complexion. "Fatigue," Dr. Smith continued, "is another significant symptom. Your liver is involved in converting food into energy, among other things. When it's struggling, you may feel tired all the time, even after a full night's rest. John nodded, acknowledging how he had struggled to find the energy to engage in even the simplest daily activities. Abdominal pain and swelling, Dr. Smith said, are also common. As your liver becomes damaged, it can enlarge and press against nearby organs, causing discomfort and a feeling of fullness in the upper right part of your abdomen. John's hand instinctively went to his abdomen, recognizing the discomfort he had often dismissed as nothing more than a minor ache. Then there's nausea and vomiting, Dr. Smith continued, which can be distressing. Your liver aids in digestion, and when it's not functioning correctly, it can lead to digestive issues, resulting in feelings of nausea and occasional vomiting. John recalled the episodes of nausea that had disrupted his life, making him wary of eating and uncertain about when the next wave of discomfort would hit. Dr. Smith went on, dark urine and pale stools may not seem significant on their own, but they are telling signs. Dark urine can indicate an excess of bilirubin in your system, while pale stools suggest that your liver isn't producing enough bile, which is essential for digestion. John listened intently, realizing that these seemingly unrelated symptoms were, in fact, pieces of a larger puzzle. Lastly, Dr. Smith concluded, itchy skin can be a result of toxins accumulating in your body due to liver dysfunction. The itching can be relentless and affect your quality of life. As Dr. Smith summarized the signs, John's mind raced with recognition. He had been living with these symptoms, each one a puzzle piece that had fallen into place during this conversation. Silence hung in the room as John absorbed the gravity of his condition. The signs were clear, and his worries were not unfounded. In this chapter, he had confronted the reality of his damaged liver, and the journey towards healing had begun in earnest.
Following their discussion about jaundice, John's curiosity about the other signs of liver damage grew. Among them, the relentless fatigue he experienced was perhaps the most persistent and debilitating. Eager to understand more, he returned to Dr. Smith's office for an in-depth exploration of this symptom. With empathy in his eyes, Dr. Smith began, "Fatigue, John, is a common and frustrating symptom for individuals with liver problems. It's like an uninvited guest that never seems to leave." John nodded in agreement, acutely aware of the relentless tiredness that had cast a shadow over his daily life. Dr. Smith continued, "Your liver plays a significant role in energy metabolism. It helps convert food into energy that your body can use. When your liver isn't functioning correctly, this process can become disrupted, leading to persistent fatigue." John pictured his liver as a diligent worker in a factory, converting raw materials into energy. But lately, the factory had been slowing down, leading to a shortage of energy. As your liver struggles, Dr. Smith explained, it can't properly convert nutrients from the food you eat into the energy your body needs. This results in a constant feeling of tiredness, even if you've had a full night's sleep. John recalled the countless mornings when he had awakened, seemingly more tired than when he had gone to bed. It had left him feeling defeated and drained, unable to tackle the day's tasks with the vigor he once had. It's essential to understand, Dr. Smith emphasized, that this fatigue is not merely physical. It can also be mental and emotional. Your brain requires a steady supply of energy to function optimally, and when it doesn't receive it, it can lead to cognitive difficulties, mood swings, and irritability. John reflected on the times when he had struggled to concentrate, becoming easily frustrated over seemingly trivial matters. It was as if a fog had descended upon his mind, impairing his cognitive abilities. But, Dr. Smith reassured him, the good news is that treating the underlying liver condition can often alleviate this fatigue. It's one of the many reasons why addressing liver problems promptly is crucial. John felt a glimmer of hope. If treating his liver could lift the veil of fatigue that had weighed him down, he was ready to take the necessary steps. Dr. Smith concluded their discussion, saying, "John, I want you to remember that fatigue is a real and challenging symptom, but it's also one that we can address. As we work toward improving your liver health, you may find that your energy levels gradually return to normal." John left Dr. Smith's office with a newfound appreciation for the complexity of his body, and the ways in which his liver impacted his daily life. Fatigue was no longer a mystery but a puzzle piece in his journey to regain his vitality and overall well-being. Following their discussion about jaundice, John's curiosity about the other signs of liver damage grew. Among them, the relentless fatigue he experienced was perhaps the most persistent and debilitating. Eager to understand more, he returned to Dr. Smith's office for an in-depth exploration of this symptom. With empathy in his eyes, Dr. Smith began, "Fatigue, John, is a common and frustrating symptom for individuals with liver problems. It's like an uninvited guest that never seems to leave." John nodded in agreement, acutely aware of the relentless tiredness that had cast a shadow over his daily life. Dr. Smith continued, "Your liver plays a significant role in energy metabolism. It helps convert food into energy that your body can use. When your liver isn't functioning correctly, this process can become disrupted, leading to persistent fatigue." John pictured his liver as a diligent worker in a factory, converting raw materials into energy. But lately, the factory had been slowing down, leading to a shortage of energy. As your liver struggles, Dr. Smith explained, it can't properly convert nutrients from the food you eat into the energy your body needs. This results in a constant feeling of tiredness, even if you've had a full night's sleep. John recalled the countless mornings when he had awakened, seemingly more tired than when he had gone to bed. It had left him feeling defeated and drained, unable to tackle the day's tasks with the vigor he once had. It's essential to understand, Dr. Smith emphasized, that this fatigue is not merely physical. It can also be mental and emotional. Your brain requires a steady supply of energy to function optimally, and when it doesn't receive it, it can lead to cognitive difficulties, mood swings, and irritability. John reflected on the times when he had struggled to concentrate, becoming easily frustrated over seemingly trivial matters. It was as if a fog had descended upon his mind, impairing his cognitive abilities. But, Dr. Smith reassured him, the good news is that treating the underlying liver condition can often alleviate this fatigue. It's one of the many reasons why addressing liver problems promptly is crucial. John felt a glimmer of hope. If treating his liver could lift the veil of fatigue that had weighed him down, he was ready to take the necessary steps. Dr. Smith concluded their discussion, saying, "John, I want you to remember that fatigue is a real and challenging symptom, but it's also one that we can address. As we work toward improving your liver health, you may find that your energy levels gradually return to normal." John left Dr. Smith's office with a newfound appreciation for the complexity of his body, and the ways in which his liver impacted his daily life. Fatigue was no longer a mystery but a puzzle piece in his journey to regain his vitality and overall well-being. After their insightful conversation about fatigue, John's discussions with Dr. Smith continued, diving deeper into the other signs of liver damage that had been disrupting his life. Among these, abdominal pain and swelling had become persistent companions, affecting not only his physical comfort but also his peace of mind. Dr. Smith, always ready to provide clarity, began, "John, let's delve into the discomfort you've been experiencing in your abdomen. Abdominal pain and swelling are common symptoms in individuals with liver problems, and understanding their origins can help you manage them better." John leaned forward, eager to gain insights into these vexing sensations that had become a daily presence. "Your liver," Dr. Smith explained, "is located in the upper right part of your abdomen, just beneath your rib cage. When it's damaged or inflamed, it can become enlarged, pressing against nearby organs and causing pain and swelling." John could almost visualize his liver, once a quiet and inconspicuous organ, now growing in size and disrupting the harmony within his body. "The pain," Dr. Smith continued, "is often described as a dull ache or a sense of fullness. It can vary in intensity, from mild discomfort to more severe pain." John nodded, recalling the times when he had experienced this nagging sensation, unsure of its cause. "As for the swelling," Dr. Smith elaborated, "it can manifest as a noticeable enlargement of your upper right abdomen. Sometimes, it may not be visible, but you can feel the tightness and distension." John couldn't help but touch his abdomen, realizing that the sensations he had brushed off as minor discomfort were connected to the state of his liver. "But it's important to understand," Dr. Smith emphasized, "that abdominal pain and swelling are not specific to liver problems alone. They can also be caused by other conditions, such as gallbladder issues, digestive disorders, or even simple muscle strain. That's why it's crucial to work closely with your healthcare team to identify the root cause." John appreciated Dr. Smith's thoroughness in explaining these symptoms. The clarity provided him with a sense of control over his condition, even in the face of uncertainty. "As we explore your liver issues further," Dr. Smith reassured him, "we'll conduct tests and examinations to pinpoint the exact cause of your abdominal discomfort. Rest assured, John, that we're here to provide you with the best care possible and guide you toward a healthier future." John left Dr. Smith's office with a renewed understanding of the abdominal pain and swelling that had been plaguing him. They were no longer mysterious sensations but tangible evidence of his liver's struggles. With this knowledge, he felt better equipped to face the challenges of managing his condition and working toward improved liver health. As John's conversations with Dr. Smith continued to shed light on the various signs of liver damage, the topic of nausea and vomiting came into focus. These unsettling symptoms had disrupted his daily life and left him searching for answers. Dr. Smith, always ready to provide guidance, began to unravel the mysteries behind these distressing experiences. "John," Dr. Smith began, "nausea and vomiting are not uncommon in individuals with liver problems. Your liver plays a vital role in digestion, and when it's compromised, it can lead to digestive issues that trigger these symptoms." John listened closely, eager to understand the connection between his liver and the waves of nausea and occasional vomiting that had become all too familiar. "Your liver produces bile, which helps break down fats and aids in the digestion process," Dr. Smith explained. When your liver isn't functioning correctly, it can disrupt the balance of bile production and release into your digestive system. This can lead to feelings of nausea and, in some cases, vomiting. John could almost visualize his liver as a culinary expert in his body's kitchen, preparing the necessary ingredients for digestion. But lately, the kitchen had been chaotic, leading to culinary disasters. Dr. Smith continued, nausea and vomiting can also be triggered by the buildup of toxins in your body. When your liver is unable to process and eliminate these toxins effectively, they can circulate in your bloodstream, leading to feelings of nausea and discomfort. John nodded, recalling the bouts of nausea that had made mealtime a challenge and left him anxious about when the next wave of discomfort would strike. It's important to note, Dr. Smith emphasized, that while nausea and vomiting can be symptoms of liver problems, they are not exclusive to liver issues. They can be caused by a variety of factors, including infections, medications, or other gastrointestinal conditions. Therefore, a comprehensive evaluation is essential to determine the underlying cause. John appreciated the clarity provided by Dr. Smith. The nausea and vomiting, once bewildering and frustrating, now had a context within his liver's struggles. As we work together to address your liver issues, Dr. Smith reassured him, we will also focus on managing these symptoms. There are medications and lifestyle adjustments that can help alleviate nausea and improve your overall quality of life. John left Dr. Smith's office that day with a better understanding of the connection between his liver problems and the discomfort he had been experiencing. Nausea and vomiting were no longer enigmatic intruders, but signs that pointed him toward the path of addressing his liver health and regaining control over his daily life. In his continued quest to understand the intricacies of liver problems, John couldn't overlook the peculiar changes he had noticed in his urine and stool color. Dr. Smith, always eager to educate and support his patient, welcomed this conversation and began unraveling the mysteries behind dark urine and pale stools. John, Dr. Smith began, the changes in your urine and stool color are indeed linked to your liver's condition. These symptoms, while seemingly unrelated, hold valuable clues about what's happening inside your body. John leaned forward, eager to grasp the significance of these enigmatic changes. Let's start with dark urine, Dr. Smith explained. Dark urine is often a result of excess bilirubin in your bloodstream. Bilirubin is a pigment formed when old red blood cells break down. Normally, your liver processes and eliminates it efficiently. However, when your liver is struggling, bilirubin can accumulate, leading to darker urine. John pictured his liver as a diligent worker on an assembly line, with bilirubin being the byproduct of its labor. When the liver faltered, excess bilirubin was left unattended, causing his urine to turn darker. As for pale stools, Dr. Smith continued, these changes are linked to your liver's production of bile. Bile is essential for digestion, as it helps emulsify and break down fats. Your liver produces bile, which is stored in the gallbladder and released into the small intestine when needed. When your liver isn't functioning properly, it can affect bile production, leading to pale or clay-colored stools. John nodded, realizing that his body was giving him visual cues about the status of his liver. But Dr. Smith reassured him, it's important to remember that these changes in urine and stool color can be indicative of various liver conditions, including hepatitis, cirrhosis, or blockages in the bile ducts. Therefore, we need to conduct further tests to pinpoint the exact cause. John appreciated Dr. Smith's thoroughness. The changes in urine and stool color were no longer mere curiosities but meaningful signals from his body, urging him to take action. As we continue to explore your liver health, Dr. Smith reassured him, we'll work on addressing the underlying cause of these changes and strive to restore your liver's function. In the meantime, be vigilant about observing these symptoms and reporting any changes during your visits. John left Dr. Smith's office that day with a heightened awareness of his body's communication. Dark urine and pale stools were not isolated occurrences but vital components of his liver's narrative. With this newfound knowledge, he felt better prepared to confront his liver problems head-on and take the necessary steps toward a healthier future. As John's journey to understand his liver problems continued, he couldn't ignore the persistent itchiness that had become an unwelcome companion in his daily life. Eager to shed light on this mysterious symptom, John returned to Dr. Smith's office to learn more about the connection between his liver and his itchy skin. With a comforting smile, Dr. Smith began, "John, let's talk about the itching you've been experiencing. Itchy skin, medically known as pruritus, can indeed be related to liver problems, and understanding why this happens can help you manage it better." John leaned forward, grateful for Dr. Smith's willingness to explain yet another facet of his condition. "Your liver," Dr. Smith explained, "is responsible for processing and detoxifying substances in your body. When it's not functioning correctly, toxins can build up in your bloodstream, leading to a range of symptoms, including itching." John pictured these toxins as unwanted guests in his body, causing havoc and discomfort. But, Dr. Smith continued, the exact mechanisms behind liver-related itching are not fully understood. It's believed that these accumulated toxins can irritate your skin's nerve endings, triggering the itching sensation. John nodded, realizing that the itchiness he had been experiencing was not a surface-level issue, but a reflection of the internal struggle his liver was facing. "It's important to know," Dr. Smith emphasized, "that while itching can be distressing, it's often a secondary symptom of an underlying liver condition. Therefore, we need to address the root cause by working on improving your liver health." John appreciated the clarity provided by Dr. Smith. Itchy skin was no longer a mere inconvenience but a valuable indicator of his liver's challenges. "As we continue your liver assessment and treatment," Dr. Smith assured him, "we'll also focus on managing the itching. There are medications, topical treatments, and lifestyle adjustments that can provide relief and improve your overall quality of life." John left Dr. Smith's office that day with a deeper understanding of the relationship between his liver problems and the persistent itching that had been plaguing him. Itchy skin was no longer a frustrating enigma, but a symptom that told a story of his liver's struggles. With this knowledge, he felt better equipped to navigate the challenges of managing his condition and pursuing a healthier, itch-free future.
Chapter 3: The Need for a Liver Transplant. With the signs of a damaged liver now etched in John's mind, Dr. Smith embarked on the pivotal discussion of the potential solution, a liver transplant. As he explained the concept, John's heart raced with a mixture of fear and hope. "John," Dr. Smith began gently, "I want to discuss a treatment option that might be necessary in your case, a liver transplant. It's a complex procedure, but it can be a life-saving one." John's mind raced. A liver transplant? He had heard of them before but never imagined that it could become his reality. He looked at Dr. Smith with a mix of apprehension and curiosity. A liver transplant, Dr. Smith continued, involves replacing your damaged liver with a healthy one from a donor. It's typically considered when the liver's function is severely compromised, and other treatments aren't effective. John absorbed this information, realizing that this was not a choice but a necessity. His liver had deteriorated to the point where a transplant was the only viable option. Dr. Smith sensed John's apprehension and sought to alleviate his concerns. "John, I understand that this is a lot to take in. But it's important to know that liver transplants are quite successful, and they offer a chance at a healthier and longer life. We'll carefully evaluate your eligibility, and if it's the right course of action, we'll guide you through the entire process." John nodded slowly, his mind a whirlwind of questions. How would they find a suitable donor? What would the surgery entail? What were the risks involved? But he also felt a glimmer of hope, a chance to regain his health and his life. "Before we proceed," Dr. Smith added, "we'll need to conduct a thorough evaluation to determine if you're a suitable candidate for a transplant. This involves a series of tests, including blood tests, imaging scans, and meetings with specialists. We want to ensure that this is the right path for you." John realized that there were still many steps to take, but he felt a growing sense of determination. He had faced the signs of a damaged liver head-on, and now he was confronting the possibility of a liver transplant with equal resolve. As Chapter 3 came to a close, John left Dr. Smith's office with a newfound understanding of the gravity of his situation and the potential solution that lay ahead. The need for a liver transplant had become a stark reality, but it was a reality filled with hope, as John began to grasp the possibility of a second chance at life. Chapter 4: The Transplant Evaluation, a Journey Within. John's curiosity and determination to understand the intricacies of the transplant evaluation process were unwavering. Dr. Smith, recognizing the significance of this chapter in John's journey, continued to unravel the steps involved, shedding light on the path that lay ahead. With a calm and reassuring voice, Dr. Smith began, "John, let's dive deeper into the transplant evaluation process. This journey is a meticulous one, and it's essential that you are well informed every step of the way." John nodded, a mix of anticipation and trepidation in his heart, as he embarked on this significant phase of his journey. The transplant evaluation, Dr. Smith explained, is a comprehensive assessment designed to determine your eligibility and readiness for a liver transplant. It encompasses a range of medical, psychological, and social evaluations. John listened intently, appreciating the holistic approach taken in this life-altering decision. In the medical evaluation, Dr. Smith continued, "We'll conduct a series of tests to assess the current state of your liver, your overall health, and your fitness for the transplant surgery. These tests include blood work, imaging scans, liver function tests, and other assessments to provide a comprehensive picture of your health." John recalled his prior hospital visits and the numerous tests he had undergone, understanding that this evaluation was a more in-depth exploration of his health. We'll also review your medical history, Dr. Smith added, to ensure there are no underlying health conditions that might complicate the transplant. It's crucial for us to have a clear understanding of your health before proceeding. John appreciated the thoroughness of the evaluation, recognizing that his well-being was the top priority. Psychological assessments, Dr. Smith continued, are an integral part of the process. We want to ensure that you are mentally prepared for the challenges and adjustments that come with a transplant. The emotional and psychological aspects are just as important as the physical ones. John nodded, understanding the importance of a strong mental and emotional foundation for the road ahead. Social assessments, Dr. Smith added, will help us understand your support system and living situation. Post-transplant care involves a collaborative effort, and we want to ensure that you have a reliable support network in place. John thought about his family and friends, who had stood by him throughout his health journey, providing unwavering support. Dr. Smith concluded, "John, this evaluation process is a journey within yourself. It's a meticulous and thorough exploration to determine if a liver transplant is the right path for you. It may seem challenging, but it's a necessary step to ensure your safety and well-being. Throughout this journey, remember that we are here to support you every step of the way." John left Dr. Smith's office with a deeper understanding of the transplant evaluation process. It was a journey that would require self-reflection, courage, and resilience. With Dr. Smith as his guide, he felt prepared to embark on this significant chapter of his life, where the decision of whether to pursue a liver transplant would be carefully considered. Chapter 5: Embracing Lifestyle Changes for Liver Health. In the midst of John's preparations for the liver transplant evaluation, Dr. Smith introduced another essential aspect of his journey, making lifestyle changes to support and improve his liver health. Understanding that John's habits and choices played a significant role in his well-being, Dr. Smith delved into this pivotal chapter. With a compassionate tone, Dr. Smith began, "John, as we progress on your journey toward liver health and, potentially, a transplant, there are essential lifestyle changes that can make a substantial difference in your overall well-being. These changes are crucial to optimize your liver's condition and prepare you for what lies ahead." John leaned forward, eager to learn how he could actively participate in his own healing process. First and foremost, Dr. Smith emphasized, is your diet. Your liver plays a central role in processing the nutrients from the food you consume. To support your liver, it's essential to maintain a balanced and liver-friendly diet. John realized the significance of his dietary choices. He had to be mindful of what he consumed, knowing that it directly impacted his liver's health. Avoid or limit your intake of alcohol, Dr. Smith continued. Alcohol can be particularly harmful to the liver, and reducing or eliminating its consumption is crucial for your liver's recovery. John nodded, understanding that this was a non-negotiable change he needed to make for his liver's sake. Another key aspect is staying hydrated, Dr. Smith added. Adequate water intake is essential for your liver's ability to function optimally. It helps flush toxins from your system and keeps your liver hydrated. John made a mental note to prioritize hydration in his daily routine, recognizing its importance in supporting his liver. Weight management is also crucial, Dr. Smith continued. Maintaining a healthy weight can reduce the risk of fatty liver disease, a common condition that can worsen liver function. John realized that achieving and maintaining a healthy weight was not only beneficial for his overall well-being but also for his liver's health. Lastly, Dr. Smith said, regular exercise is vital. Physical activity can help improve liver function, promote weight loss, and enhance overall health. It's an essential part of your liver health journey. John knew that incorporating exercise into his daily routine would be challenging, but he was determined to do whatever it took to improve his health. Dr. Smith concluded, "John, these lifestyle changes may seem daunting, but they are essential for your liver health. They are not just about preparing for a transplant, they are about enhancing your quality of life. We'll provide you with guidance and support every step of the way." John left Dr. Smith's office that day with a newfound commitment to making these lifestyle changes. They were not just steps toward a potential transplant but cornerstones of his journey toward better health and a brighter future. With Dr. Smith's guidance, he felt empowered to embrace these changes and take control of his own well-being.
With Dr. Smith's guidance, John embarked on a journey of dietary transformation. Understanding the pivotal role that his diet played in supporting his liver health, he was determined to make lasting changes. Dr. Smith began, "John, your liver is like the body's master chef, responsible for processing the nutrients from the food you eat. To support its function and improve your liver health, it's crucial to maintain a balanced diet." John nodded, ready to learn how he could nourish his liver and his overall well-being. "Start by incorporating plenty of fruits and vegetables into your meals," Dr. Smith advised. "These foods are rich in vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, which can help protect your liver and promote its healing." John visualized a colorful plate filled with an array of fresh produce, understanding that it was a visual testament to his commitment to better health. "Whole grains," Dr. Smith continued, "such as brown rice, whole wheat bread, and oats, should also be a staple in your diet. They provide essential nutrients and fiber, which can aid digestion and support your liver's functions." John realized that whole grains were the building blocks of a healthy diet, providing the necessary sustenance for his body's inner workings. On the flip side, Dr. Smith cautioned, "Limit your intake of fatty and fried foods. These can overload your liver with excess fat and make its job more challenging. Focus on lean sources of protein, such as poultry, fish, and legumes." John understood the importance of making mindful choices when it came to fats and proteins, recognizing that it was a step toward reducing the burden on his liver. Processed foods, high in salt and sugar, should also be consumed in moderation, Dr. Smith advised. These can strain your liver and negatively impact your overall health. Opt for whole, unprocessed foods whenever possible. John committed to reading labels and making informed choices, understanding that it was a way to actively support his liver health. Dr. Smith concluded, "John, remember that this dietary journey is not just about preparing for a potential transplant. It's about nurturing your liver and improving your quality of life. These changes may take time, but with dedication and the right guidance, you can make a significant difference in your liver health." John left Dr. Smith's office that day with a newfound appreciation for the power of nutrition in his journey toward better liver health. His diet was no longer just a collection of meals but a tool for healing, and he was ready to embrace this transformation with determination and. With Dr. Smith's guidance, John confronted one of the most significant lifestyle changes required for his liver health: avoiding or limiting alcohol consumption. Understanding the pivotal role that alcohol played in his liver's condition, he was committed to taking this sobering step. Dr. Smith began, "John, when it comes to your liver health, alcohol is a formidable adversary. It's crucial to avoid or limit alcohol consumption, as it can harm your liver further and compromise your overall well-being." John nodded, fully aware that this was a non-negotiable change he needed to make for the sake of his liver. Alcohol, Dr. Smith explained, is metabolized in the liver. When you drink, your liver works to break down alcohol and remove it from your bloodstream. However, excessive or prolonged alcohol consumption can overwhelm your liver, leading to inflammation, scarring, cirrhosis, and other liver problems. John pictured his liver as a diligent worker, tirelessly processing alcohol until it became too much to handle, leading to damage. Even moderate alcohol consumption, Dr. Smith cautioned, can be harmful, especially if you already have liver issues. The best course of action for your liver's health is to abstain from alcohol entirely. John understood that there was no middle ground when it came to alcohol. It was an all-or-nothing decision for the well-being of his liver. Quitting or limiting alcohol, Dr. Smith continued, not only protects your liver, but also enhances your overall health. It reduces the risk of liver disease progression, improves your energy levels, and contributes to a better quality of life. John acknowledged that this change was not just about his liver, but about his entire well-being. It was a step toward regaining control of his life. Dr. Smith concluded, "John, I know that giving up alcohol can be challenging, but it's a vital part of your journey toward better liver health. Remember that you're not alone in this. We'll provide support and resources to help you succeed." John left Dr. Smith's office that day with a resolute commitment to avoiding alcohol. It was a sobering reality, but he understood that it was a step toward protecting his liver and securing a healthier future. With Dr. Smith's guidance and his own determination, he was ready to face this significant lifestyle change head-on. In his ongoing quest to protect and improve his liver health, John turned his attention to the importance of being cautious with over-the-counter drugs and supplements. Dr. Smith, always a source of valuable guidance, explained the significance of this aspect of his journey. Dr. Smith began, "John, when it comes to your liver, not all medications and supplements are created equal. Some can be harmful and place additional stress on your liver. It's crucial to exercise caution and be mindful of what you put into your body." John nodded, recognizing the importance of this knowledge in his journey toward better liver health. Over-the-counter drugs, Dr. Smith explained, can be particularly problematic. Some pain relievers, such as acetaminophen, are safe when used as directed but can be harmful in excessive amounts. They can lead to liver damage if taken in high doses or for extended periods. John understood the gravity of this information, knowing that he had to be vigilant about the medications he chose to take. Other over-the-counter medications, Dr. Smith continued, such as nonsteroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs, can also have adverse effects on the liver. It's essential to use them sparingly and only as recommended by a healthcare professional. John realized that even seemingly harmless over-the-counter drugs could pose risks to his liver. When it comes to supplements, Dr. Smith cautioned, not all of them are regulated, and their quality can vary. Some supplements, particularly those containing high doses of certain vitamins or minerals, can have adverse effects on your liver. John knew that he needed to approach supplements with caution and always consult with his healthcare provider before adding them to his regimen. Dr. Smith concluded, "John, the key here is vigilance and communication. Always consult with your healthcare provider before taking any medications or supplements, even over-the-counter ones. They can help you make informed decisions that are safe for your liver and overall health." John left Dr. Smith's office that day with a heightened awareness of the importance of medication and supplement management. It was a reminder that every choice he made, no matter how seemingly insignificant, could impact his liver health. With Dr. Smith's guidance, he felt empowered to navigate this aspect of his journey with caution and care. John's journey toward better liver health included a significant focus on regular exercise. Dr. Smith, understanding the importance of physical activity in maintaining a healthy weight and supporting the liver, introduced this pivotal chapter in John's life. Dr. Smith began, "John, staying physically active is a cornerstone of your liver health journey. It can help you maintain a healthy weight, which is essential for your liver's well-being." John nodded, eager to learn how exercise could contribute to his overall health. Physical activity, Dr. Smith explained, helps your body use energy more efficiently. When you exercise regularly, you burn calories, which can prevent excess fat from accumulating in your liver. This is particularly important in preventing or managing fatty liver disease. John pictured his liver as a diligent worker, grateful for the opportunity to burn excess fat through exercise. Maintaining a healthy weight, Dr. Smith continued, reduces the strain on your liver and lowers the risk of liver disease progression. It also improves your body's insulin sensitivity, which can benefit both your liver and overall metabolic health. John realized that exercise was not just about shedding pounds, it was a way to protect and support his liver. Physical activity also enhances your cardiovascular health, Dr. Smith added. A healthy heart and circulation are crucial for delivering oxygen and nutrients to your liver, promoting its optimal function. John understood that exercise had far-reaching benefits beyond weight management. Dr. Smith concluded, "John, incorporating regular exercise into your daily routine is a powerful step toward better liver health. It's not just about preparing for a potential transplant, it's about improving your overall well-being and ensuring a brighter future." John left Dr. Smith's office that day with a renewed commitment to regular exercise. It was a path to better liver health and an investment in his overall well-being. With Dr. Smith's guidance and his own determination, he was ready to embrace this active journey with open arms. Chapter 6: Nurturing Emotional Well-Being, The Power of Emotional Support. John's journey toward liver health was not just a physical one, it also involved nurturing his emotional well-being. Recognizing the emotional toll that liver problems could take, Dr. Smith introduced the importance of emotional support in this transformative chapter. Dr. Smith began, "John, your emotional well-being is a vital aspect of your journey. Dealing with liver issues can be emotionally challenging, and it's essential to have a strong support system in place." John nodded, acknowledging the emotional rollercoaster he had experienced. First and foremost, Dr. Smith advised, lean on your family and friends. They care about your well-being and can provide invaluable emotional support. Share your concerns, fears, and victories with them. John realized that he didn't have to face his challenges alone, his loved ones were there for him. Consider joining a support group, Dr. Smith continued. Connecting with others who are going through similar experiences can provide a sense of belonging and understanding. It can also offer practical advice and coping strategies. John felt encouraged by the idea of joining a support group, knowing that he could learn from others who had walked a similar path. Professional help is also available, Dr. Smith added. If you find that your emotional struggles are overwhelming, consider speaking with a therapist or counselor. They can provide you with tools to manage stress, anxiety, or depression. John understood that seeking professional help was a sign of strength, not weakness, and it was a valuable resource in his journey. Dr. Smith concluded, John, remember that taking care of your emotional well-being is just as crucial as managing your physical health. Emotional support is not a sign of vulnerability but a pillar of resilience that will help you navigate your journey successfully. John left Dr. Smith's office that day with a newfound appreciation for the importance of emotional support. It was a reminder that his journey was not one he had to undertake alone. With the support of loved ones and the guidance of professionals, he felt better equipped to nurture his emotional well-being and face the challenges ahead with strength and resilience. Chapter 7: Waiting for a Donor, a Test of Patience and Hope. John's journey toward liver health had reached a critical juncture as he delved into the chapter of waiting for a donor. Dr. Smith, aware of the emotional and physical challenges this phase posed, offered guidance on how to navigate this period with patience and hope. Dr. Smith began, John, the waiting period for a liver donor can be one of the most emotionally trying phases of your journey. It's a test of patience and hope, but it's essential to stay positive and prepared. John nodded, already feeling the weight of anticipation that came with the wait. First and foremost, Dr. Smith advised, continue to prioritize your health. Adhere to the lifestyle changes we've discussed, stay active, and maintain a healthy diet. This not only keeps you physically prepared for the transplant but also fosters a sense of control and well-being during the wait. John understood that taking care of his health was a way to stay proactive and hopeful. Stay connected with your healthcare team, Dr. Smith continued. Regular checkups and monitoring are crucial to ensure you're in the best possible condition when a donor becomes available. John realized that his healthcare team was his anchor during this uncertain period, guiding him toward the transplant with expertise and care. Emotionally, Dr. Smith added, lean on your support network. Your loved ones, support group, and therapist can provide the emotional strength you need to endure the wait. Share your feelings and concerns openly with them. John acknowledged that he was not alone in this journey and that his emotional support system was vital. Dr. Smith concluded, John, remember that while waiting can be challenging, it's also a time of hope. The right donor will come along, and your transplant will offer you a new lease on life. Stay patient, stay hopeful, and continue to prepare yourself physically and emotionally. John left Dr. Smith's office that day with a renewed sense of determination. The waiting period was a challenging chapter in his journey, but he was committed to facing it with patience and hope. With Dr. Smith's guidance and the support of his loved ones, he knew he could endure this phase and look forward to the brighter days that lay ahead.